Thank you very much, Chief Keef. And of course, you are back here for more PUBG Mobile action with me. Here is Sis Jenny, as well as I myself, Contra. We're definitely the tag team duo for the
And where else can you shine in when it's the last day of the week? So even though you're not at number one, this is the time where you can practice so that you can come back better next week, especially for teams that have suddenly awakened. Like for probably I remembered very well in the second page, it's like a big great distance. Distinct was actually Farang Legend with top elimination points earlier.
That's right. Without further ado, let's hop right in. And once again, we're going to be looking at the average score points that they've possibly accumulated throughout the week. And Yudo Alliance 4 Rivals are the ones sitting at the top of the podium with a perfect 11.0. Not even 10. It's like they are having more than 10 points per round whenever they play this map out. So on second place, it's going to be Clutch Gorilla, while Homeboys takes the third spot.
Yep.
So a little bit of shift of dynamics as compared to what we've seen early on. That's also due to Group C currently not playing inside of this match. We do have teams like Evil's VIP that was somewhere around that top 3 the last time we've seen. So when we take a look at the rest of it, I guess that 7-9 hasn't been all too hot on their performance all too lately, other than the earlier game that we've seen inside of both Sanok as well as Erangel. I think they pull back decent ranking points. That's definitely a good news for those supporters of them, but I want to see more from SMG particularly.
SMG has been taking a lot of fights personally. This is to my point of view, okay? Because just now they were settling it out with RSG over in Paradise. Because if you remember one of the games yesterday, one of the SMG members decided to take Small Boy, and then after that they came into Paradise, show that hey, stop messing with me, and then they immediately brought all of them back to the lobby, and then they had some personal issues with Almighty. They keep on clashing, SMG again getting back.
One? Yes, he is.
Yeah.
So yeah, and continuing on with where we left off, I think the Nexus, they've been pretty aggressive as well. I think that they're definitely onto something as they invade the territory where Sem9's at.
Yep. I remembered about H2R. So I was doing the group draw. So I managed to talk to the manager of KHI. So she was saying that, okay, you know what? Let's just wait for that before I continue. We are seeing Putra getting engaged with Genexus. So he's the only one here. He might just get cordoned off because the rest of the Sem9 is not here yet. Loyu's coming in close. He is super brave, this guy. He's definitely the rusher, but from the back, not good enough. Not good enough, and the entire Sem9 will hold back. They will not push. Looking at them, they will probably do long distance range. They will not push first, but Putra is definitely giving information that the team is here. So
yeah.
not
Back
yet.
to your point where you were mentioning about, talking about doing the group draws and basically having some chat with the managers. What did you make out of it? Yeah.
So the manager said about H2R, this guy is a miracle, and he's the best of the best in Philippines. So I was waiting for H2R to play in ever since day one. I've not really seen him, or maybe he did.
He was playing in a few matches,
Yeah,
but I don't think that he get consistent matches
Yep,
throughout
yep.
the entirety of the day. And I still want to see more from him, indeed. Well, I guess we will have to continue with that conversation later on, because Sem9, they still have few members being sent in. They try to congregate against the rest of Genexus. Now it's not really advantages for them. I don't see Manparang here across the sector of the outskirts of El Pozo. So just grenade exchanges. I think it's better for Sem9 to save those bullets and just travel their way to the circle instead of taking up.
He's actually a support, but he has very good game sense. If you realize in NC, behind flags, usually it's behind flags, he will just come in to support. But here we go, R2K, again, like what Contra mentioned, they will be the ones that will bite behind Sem9. Manparang is actually getting information on where to rotate, or at least to lock in the Nexus. But unfortunately, R2K decides to come into their game plan, and now they have to replan everything. At least Manparang now just trying to go, do the best, because this guy, when it comes to trigger discipline, He has the best patience. Honestly, I've seen this guy when he just sitting there, 2-3 players from different teams just pass by, he's not going to shoot at all, and he will survive. So right now, I'm just going to see how it's going to go down for Manparang.
Yeah, and he's just locked right in. I don't think the rest of Sem9 could send in support as well. They might have lose and remember right here. Well, Izane finally scouted out the captain of the team. They tried to go in for the refract. Well, Deb doing a lot of work, but not bringing down Izane. So this is what I've mentioned earlier, right? Early fights like this in open ground is unideal. And Sem9 definitely had a little bit of blunder right here, and that might have actually got his vehicle blown up.
Ooh.
A little bit of attack coming in from Stone, good cover fire in order to keep Dep safe, and they will continue on their journey. The last we saw the circle, it have moved across the regions of water treatment as well as St. Martin, while Fredo, he got a little bit of a freebie coming in with Geek Fam coming by with only one play. This team that's well developed, grown out together to reach to the top and bring the glory home with those hard-earned time and effort that they've put in. And now the rest of Farang is going to meet up with their brethren yet again, and they're prepared to take on each other. And you know, the best enemies are the ones that you know best.
Come on. There's more other teams to play with. Stop fighting each other, guys. Come on. You guys eat the same food. But anyways, Clash Gorilla, here we go. They are probably trying to do a revenge at least. They have no idea that this is Farang Legend. They have no idea that this is them. But if once they found out, I think it's going to be a happy thought for them, because you know what happened to Clash Gorilla in Erangel? They got tossed into the lobby by their big brothers. As of now, we are only seeing that they are still going to engage. We are hearing a whole lot of troubles being tossed in, and true enough, Ade going to do the first damage, and they are going to push. Olio right behind, 2 fraggers here. Shinzi is already down. Adips and Funky is going to re-strategize. Xerox is here. Funky is already down. Am I seeing another takeover? Holy crack-a-mole. I think it's over. Big brother says stop copying my tracks.
Well, I don't think that they're copying in particular. Like, we take a look at their rotation. They have no other place to move, and it's like, if my little brother is on the way, I don't care. Like, this is how competitive it should be. Your siblings, they have the rivalry of their own, and yeah, they can meet for 100 times, and I will be still happy to take that match any time of the day. Now, R2K coming up close and personal against KHI Esports, and with only 2 members right there, it's not really the best possible fight that KHI would hope for. Therefore, they're falling back, hiding behind this warehouse. Almighty, they're not being proactive. If they were, they could have actually gotten a few pointers from the top of the hill. Meanwhile, inside of water treatment, we see 2 teams. They're luring right by, probably thirsty for water by now. A little bit more smokes being set up by the rest of R2K. Almighty went in to infiltrate the warehouse, and they want to take this fight head on against KHI. It's them being sandwiched between 2. KHI, these are the only 2 members left, and this is going to be pretty rough. MY, SG, PH, all 3 smack dab together, and they're just going to have a little bit of brawl. It's going to take some time, though. A lot of smokes have been utilized by Almighty. I really do wonder, do they really not need that many? To Nexus, they open things up against the rest of Team SMG, but there's also RSG on top of the hill. They cannot stay out wide out in the open. Adik Luke finds Stone as well. While the battle will continue inside of the water treatment, it's going to be Genexus here getting the flush. And Adik Boy all alone. Final member tries to go over wrap around. He gets the drop. The rest of Genexus bow out.
I love it how Anik was so confident. He just knew exactly where the player was. But then again, here we go. Team Hug from the back. Farang Legend is getting torn bit by bit, but it's not going to be the end. They're going to fight back. But with a jiggle, Helton goes down. Not enough firepower. Olio and Helton down. I don't think they can survive.
Blue zone.
Ade Hihi is also down from the other side, so only living with Rappo Boy. He has to live up 3 players, but no, he's going to ditch them and going to go for survival.
He's running right into the open field, and I'm surprised that he did survive. Look at that. On the mini-map, you have so many colors on the screen. Well, he made it out alive. So that's still great on them. Sure, Team Hawk, they have a few members that have been deployed to basically rack up the points against Foreign Legend. But they're the ones currently stuck right now. R2K could easily pick them up if they want to. Depp all alone, while that circle will now belong to Rapper Boy.
Yes, Rapper Boy, but look at that premium spot from Team Secret. They have the vantage point, they have the pick, they can shoot down and wait for all these teams to come in, and this is what we are waiting for from Team Secret, because they did quite, you know, they got too soon earlier on, something that we rarely see, at least from Team Secret. What now we're looking into Ranger. Ranger is in the game.
Wow. I've been waiting for this moment for a very long time. So this guy came in from, you know, console games into PC games and now into PUBG Mobile. He is a very, very competitive player, and every turn that he has gotten to, he has won something back. Now, we see the swarm of RSG moving forward, going against Jenny, who's all alone. He needs a support coming in from Onyx, but they couldn't really infiltrate for the moment. Ranger coming in for the back end to try to take them all on. Small Boy tries to fend him off. Ranger gets knocked out, but the problem here is Ranger will not get the help. Well, the final blow will come in from Inferno on top of the hill.
Yeah, there you go, Team Secret. That's the way how to show you guys are the OG people. But grenade elimination, Aizen coming in. Wow, I really like that recoil by Harm. He's taking down Almighty, who is cornered right now with R2K. Again, these two teams also have, I won't say personal issues, but looking for one another. Jerome with that CQC, not enough. 2 firepowers is too great for him to handle. And R2K just finish off and immediately moving.
They have to. The blue zone is going to hurt him a whole lot. It's already phase 5. Frankie from NC has gotten a glimpse ever so slightly. The rest of R2K, they can play it very safely from this corner of the crease, while Sem9 only has one player. Not too much of a threat against R2K. They can definitely pick him on. While Dev, he did manage to get a drop onto Damroot, and Echo currently running out in the open. Easy shots coming in, hard to define Flex, while Dev burns out the vehicle, gets Damroot as well. Udo Alliance now will be faced off against Team Secret, who dropped that grenade. Dev running for his life. He's got to hold on. Top 9 situation. R2K is still very healthy. The rest are not so much. While Homeboys, they got a nice region to play with, but it's Team Secret here that takes over control.
Yep, but unfortunately, again, the team that plays very, very well from the back, R2K, just still off Repo's position that was pretty nice and sweet, but he was standing off with Team Secret. Now get Snipes, just trying to eliminate Iron Pro from the sides here. They're struggling to come in and just finish up. Come on, Snipes. One more coming in, not enough. He's in the blue. It's very painful, but at least before he goes off with 1.
It's pretty rough for them. While we are having Homeboys here with a quick recovery, the hurdle will continue while Bambur tries to land a grenade. He primed it a little bit too far. Eye shots now will get taken off by April as he comes in from another flank of an angle. Isaac with a crazy recoil to control. Almost getting both Kid as well as Matoy. Damage being done regardless, while Inferno will get rushed by the rest of Utilance here to hunt them all out. Not too much left for Team Secret after all. And this is a team that dominated in most of the mirror runs, while NC will manhandle the rest of R2K.
That's how you teach them, boys. NC try to eliminate the third-party team who always gets the meta right. But Matoy is on the top with Kid, not going to give themselves that position that easily for NC because they have spread out. They are going to try to attack. But it's not going to be just the end for Team Secret because now R2K is keeping quiet. Now they're scared.
They saw the nade dropping in. Oh my goodness, the recall is insane. Izane still doing some damage out there. Sem9 finally bowing out. Death is lasting long enough for them to secure top 7. While Izane, my goodness, 6 times and he still got it. Rush has gotten no chance out in the open. Now 12 frags for R2K. ready to kill at any given point. Harm now will move up to the hill, so whoever's up there, you gotta be worried. RTK is in a Fury hot form, so those points will eventually be secured by the team. While Tam finds Voki as well, 2 members out and making the entirety of Yudo Alliance.
Aizen again controlling that crazy recoil, which is currently in a few of the fraggers. If you notice, usually is the ones that hold on to the fragging skills. This is the new recoil. If you're wondering which one, maybe PUBG will show you. But anyways, here we go. Moki, MAB being quiet for a while, trying to eliminate. Oh, Aizen is finally down. If you subtract him off, you might have a chance to stop telling R2K to stop eliminate other people. But Team Secret is keeping quiet first, not fighting back because they are stealing and healing the place well. It's a good place for them. They can get this chicken dinner. All they need to do is just wait for a bit.
Yeah, but they don't really have those members though. MAB are the ones that take charge of the highest point of the current circle. And they still have the circle within them. Kid gets knocked down, leaving only Captain Matoy to fend off the rest of the teams here. Homeboys, they still have 2 more. MAB, this is the game for them to secure their very first chicken dinner. We don't really count the show match. It's been like, what, 7 days almost? It feels like it. While grenades are being lobbed in. Tam, you should be able to get this one later on, even if Matoy will be hiding by the corner of the pipes. Just taking his sweet time. This one's looking pretty good, but he still survived. How? Okay, Matoy, look out for another one.
Nope, not yet. So maybe this time it will hit, it will connect, and he will be eliminated, true enough. So here we go. Team Secret, no more. MAB, high and a very clear chance for them to win that chicken dinner. Iron Pro working hand in hand with Tam. MAB is making a whole lot of noise. You can hear the sprays after sprays because they know it's not going to be easy to bring them out. But wow, very painful shot coming from Tam and Iron Pro together. Ifta is trying to flank from the bottom, but Iron Pro will have to work together with Tam. They can't get separated. 2 firepowers might be a possibility for them to get that chicken dinner.
Right, but they're overwhelmed with members out there who's already controlling the entirety of the section, and they're playing the low ground, so it's easy for the rest of MAB to push through. They do have Intercept all the way forward, but he will get dropped nonetheless. John coming with a flank of his own. Now he's drawing the attention while Arpro gets tagged from afar. Smart maneuvers, and it's MAB that's finally done it. Trials after trials, and this is where they celebrate their very first winner chicken dinner. As we head over to the highlights once again, Keith will break it down for us.
So, without further ado, let's take a look at what happened in the previous match, or the match ranking so far. We have MAB Esports with the 8 kills, 15 winner chicken dinner points here. So they have brought in a total 23 points. Surely they are down in the second draft pretty low, so I don't think it's going to leapfrog them all the way to the first draft. However, it is going to give them a great start. Once again, they have 2 more games to play today, so it's not over till it's over. R2K come in really strong this time around with 13 kills of their own, taking in the second place of the points accumulated. And R2K Aizen, look at that. This man, he is the one to look out for seemingly when it comes to revenge to kill, because he's got both that thing, well, spread around his neck. I want to say tattoo, but I don't think that's appropriate. 7 elimination, 1,088 damage, 35% nearly, at least when you round them off, 35% team contribution. This is R2K playing hot and heavy, 13 kills, 7 elimination on 1 guy, and that is only 35% of the team contribution. This team, somehow they contribute a lot, and they work like a well-oiled machine. Clockwork, they say. Dingo still holds #1 based on their performance they had today. Very consistent stuff. Homeboys leapfrogs up onto #2 with 192 points. R2K as well, taking up the top 3 position here at 190. Bosco, unfortunately, will have to bow out from the second spot they were previously on, down onto the 4th now at 188. Take a look at the second draft. Team Secret, they've had some efforts. They knew what they were doing. Unfortunately, luck of the circle maybe made it a little bit harder to play from. So, but they will be rewarded with some sort of points moving upwards. Now they are one step closer towards hopping onto that first draft at the very least. Meanwhile, the team with the chicken dinner now up on the 15th place. MAB Esports showing off with 112 points.